Hey y'all, today we're in Fort Davis, Texas, and we're on our way down to check out another state park. This is going to be another park out in far west Texas, Davis Mountains State Park. This park is going to be about 30 minutes from Interstate 10 at Balmorhea. It's going to be about an hour from Interstate 20. It's also about 25 minutes from Marfa if you're interested in checking out the things in that area. And it's going to be about 2 hours from Big Bend National Park. So we're going to head inside, check it out, and see everything that they have to offer. The park is 2,700 acres, and it ranges in elevation from 5,000 feet to 6,000 feet. It was built by the CCC in the 30s, and it opened to the public in 1938. So when you first come in the gate, this is going to be the office on the left where you're going to check in and pay any fees you need to pay. This is also where you can get maps and all your information about the area. They do have a few things that you can buy inside, some magnets and things like that, some pins, and then they also have a larger gift shop back at the lodge at the back of the park. They have some information out back about after hours, so if you get there late, you can see which camping spots are open, and you can see what you need to do to check in and pay for that. One of the first things you come to when you come in the gate is this wildlife viewing area. They have it set up for bird watching, and it's a really neat stop. It's really cool inside. They had fans going and there was screen on the ends, so it was a nice breeze and it felt really good inside. They also had a lot of information inside about the birds and about other wildlife in the area, so it was definitely a neat spot to check out. If you're a bird watcher, I'd say you're in luck at this park because they had several spots throughout with bird feeders and different things set up for watching the birds. They also have this interpretive center where they hold events and things inside. They also have some information posted outside the building that lets you know when things are scheduled and just some general information about the area. Outside the building, they have another wildlife viewing area set up and another spot for bird watching. They have a lot of signs in the park with information to let you know what you're seeing and what you're looking for, and that's always helpful and nice. A little further down the road, they have this outdoor amphitheater where different events are held at different times. One of the big attractions of the park is going to be this road that goes up the mountain called Skyline Drive. This was built by the CCC in the 30s, and it takes you up to the top at 6,000 feet elevation, and the views are beautiful. Once you get up to the top, they have some signs and information to let you know what you're looking at when you look in the different directions. The views are really amazing. You can see Olympia Creek across the road. You can see Fort Davis and the surrounding area, and it's just really beautiful. They also have a lot of old structures up here at the top, and they just have that neat old state park feel. If you like seeing old stuff like that, then you know what I'm talking about. It's just really neat to see these old structures. They have a lot of these little picnic sites that are sort of tucked away on the side of the mountain, and those are really neat and really private spaces. It has a kind of whimsical feel with the old stone steps and things like that. So I don't know, I just really liked it. They have this round stone observation tower that's really pretty. It's a really neat view if you climb up the steps and look around. So that's a really neat spot too. Everything just kind of has an old world charm up here, with the view being so amazing and then all the structures being so neat and so pretty. So it's just a really, really peaceful spot and just a really, really cool place to see. The park has quite a few nature trails. Up here on the mountain, they have a trail that goes from the park over to Fort Davis. I think it's a couple of miles from the park boundary over to the fort. Or of course you could drive around to the fort, which I highly recommend. We'll have another video of the day that we spent over at Fort Davis. So again, it's really beautiful up here. Definitely worth the drive up Skyline Drive. It's a nice, smooth road, an easy drive, not scary, and definitely worth it. They have quite a few picnic spots on the way back down the road, and several of the picnic tables and areas are accessible. Another neat thing to see here in the park is the plant life. They have a lot of really pretty flowers and cool trees and things, so a lot of neat stuff to look at. As I mentioned before, they do have a lot of trails in the park. They're all different lengths and all different intensity levels, so if you like hiking, you should be able to find a good spot to explore. They also have a really beautiful adobe style motel called the Indian Lodge that was also built in the 30s, and then it was added onto in the 60s. The lodge is really, really beautiful, and I'm going to do a separate video showing more about it, but it's definitely a really neat place to stay. Also, there's a restaurant here called the Black Bear that is open Thursday through Monday, and they have a breakfast buffet and a lunch buffet. Back over towards the campground, they have a group picnic area with a lot of tables. It also has a grill and it has a water fountain, and there's also a bathroom close by. The campsites in the park are all different. Some are back in, some are pull through. They're all different lengths and all different shapes. They have some tent sites that just have water, and then they have some sites that have 30 amp, some have 50 amp, and then some have full hookups with sewer, which is very rare for state parks. At the end of the video, we're going to drive through and show all the campsites with their numbers so that if you start to reserve one, you'll know what to expect. They have a lot of shady sites. It was definitely a nice campground, and we really enjoyed our stay. Like I said, some of the sites have sewer, some don't, but they do have a dump station on the way out, so you can stop and clean out your tanks. Of course, they have dumpsters in the park where you can take your trash. They also have dog bags so you can pick up after your pets. And then they do have several bathrooms throughout the park. They have the women's on one side and the men's on the other side. And then they do have some individual restrooms that have showers, and those restrooms are accessible. So at the end of the video, we're going to drive around and show all the campsites and their numbers so that if you decide to reserve one, you can pick out the one that looks the best for you. The campsites are going to range from $10 to $25 a night, depending on the hookups. And then there is a day use fee of $6 per person for everybody who's 13 and over. I do always like to mention the Texas State Parks Pass because it's $75, but that's for you and your entire family. So your whole group that comes with you, the day use fee is going to be free, and then the camping is going to be 50% off after the first night. I just wanted to go ahead and say thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some information about this park and about this area. God has really blessed us with some good trips lately, and we're just excited to be able to share them and show them to everybody else. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. We do have a lot more fun stuff coming up that we want to share, and we just really appreciate all the support. Again, we're going to show those campsites now, and I hope that gives you some information and you enjoy that. And I just really appreciate you watching the video. So thanks again, and we'll see you at the next stop.